All right, good afternoon, cyber friend. This old MIDI man coming at you again, Walk with Music. And mind you, this is not a word for the day video, but it could be, but it's not. It's more, we're going to always, as usual, give God the glory and give him all the praise. And we thank him for as well as it is. Also thank you for each one of you. This is a video here that I'm doing in honor, and I'm trying to do it in lieu of some questions that I've been asked over the years. They asked for my thought on it, and so I'm going to give it right about now. When it comes to discipline in music, first of all, I want to say to the masses, and I hope that this here video falls on the ears of a lot of people, especially those that are interested in trying to perhaps learn the discipline of musicianship, whether it be playing the keyboard, piano, organ, whatever instrument, guitar, whatever your desire might be. But I'm here to tell you about the discipline behind the music. First of all, I've got to be honest with you. Every one of you, let me tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. Let me say that again. It doesn't happen overnight. I don't care how bad you want to play like Prince, or you want to perform like Michael Jackson, or you want to be like Liberace or Dino Casanacas or any of those great performers. It doesn't matter how much you want to wish you could be like them. It's going to take a whole lot more than wishing. It's going to take a whole lot of hard work, people. Work that you got to put your time in. Now, I've been playing piano over 30 years. And not only just, but playing, but I want to first emphasize the fact that I did not take up performance. I wasn't a performance major. Those were the pianists that, most of the ones that took performance, those were the ones that had been in music just about all their life. They had to start learning to play piano at the age of 3 and 4 years old. And those mostly were the ones that were performance majors. They had a lot of years up under their belt. See, when I started, I didn't even start playing keyboard and piano until I was out of high school, a year. And then I took my first piano lesson in 1981 on Halloween. It was on a Saturday, 4 o'clock. I'll never will forget it, right there in my hometown at Andrew College, the college I later attended and went on and graduated from that same particular college. But it was in 1981, and I'm going to show you my first book. This book right here, The Older Beginner Piano Library. I want to make sure you see it. That was my first book. What my teacher, my first book that I got when I started playing and started learning to play the piano. And I want you to know, there's nothing wrong. Matter of fact, I believe in people getting music discipline. We should have it in every school. It used to be music was a requirement when I was coming up in school. You had to take music education. It was a requirement. But now, people don't want nothing, really. You can't even get people to come to choir practice. Really. So, you know, if you don't want to go to choir practice, then I wouldn't advise you to start taking up music discipline, because it takes time and a lot of hard work. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's easy, because it is not. Now, it ain't impossible, but it's not easy. Now, you can make it easy on yourself according to how much you study and practice. But just the discipline itself, you have to learn, and especially if you're going to learn theory. See me, I don't teach. I'm not going to teach you no keyboard and piano unless I teach you some theory. You need the theory behind it. And so if you don't want to learn theory, then I'm not your teacher, because I'm going to teach theory. You need to know what you are doing. You need to know the reason why things exist. And that's how come I wasn't a performance major, that I can play a few songs, but I was a composition and theory. I concentrated in those two disciplines. So now, what I'm saying, you got a lot of people on YouTube. They get up there and they throw all them videos up there about tutorials and everything, and trying to show you that you place your hand here and you need to place your finger there. That's okay if you just want to throw something together, in other words, but that's not going to teach you music. That's not going to make you no great performance, because you go up there and look at what I tell you to do and throw a few chords at you and say, this is it. You can't. You could learn that particular song, but you will not learn anything foundational. You might be able to play this song, but you can't even apply what you learn on that song to another song. See, this is where the theory and the discipline of music comes out. This when you can pull. See, in other words, I don't have to be sitting beside you, because 9 times out of 10, I won't be sitting beside you when you get in a church and you got to play a song for a choir or a soloist. You're going to have to know something for yourself and pull it out that bank. I said all that to say this. If you want something quick, go to YouTube and look at the videos, and maybe you can decipher what all these people trying to throw all these different chords at you. Some of them throwing chords at you, they don't even know the name of the chord themselves. They just know how to play it, and they just look at it and they say, okay, this sounds good. Wham, there you go. But most of these people that are on YouTube, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, God knows, because there are some good videos on YouTube. There are some people that are on YouTube that do know what they are talking about, and they got some solid information. I'm not saying that. They got good information, but I'm saying that these people that throwing up video tutorials and stuff, and you just I just want you to show me how to play this chord. Tell me what this chord is. A lot of people, they can show you the chord, but they cannot tell you what it is. And you ask somebody to play you a B flat major flat 5. They ain't gonna know what you're talking about. B flat major 7 flat 5. They ain't gonna know what you're talking about. Now you might show them the chord, and that's good. But they may go there into the keyboard and play it, but they don't know B flat 7 flat 5 from A flat 7 flat 5. So this is what I'm saying. You got to get foundational information. And so therefore, MIDI Man has come back to y'all like I always do. You know me. I'm straight from the hip. I've been on this internet now from 98 up until now. That's about 18 years. And I've always been straight and straightforward. And I don't try to make things, I don't put no sugar on it. I tell it like it is. If you want to learn keyboard from MIDI Man, you're going to learn some foundation. I'm not going to throw you chords out there to show you and then they'll let you go. No. So those of you that want piano lessons and keyboard instruction, I will give instruction. Solid foundational instruction, teaching you theory as well as the discipline of playing keyboards and piano. Now, whether it be classical or pop, in other words, most of the time, most of us musicians, especially the one that went to college to learn how, like I did, we are disciplined in the classical. We were trained in the classical. In other words, we studied the classical. But don't worry about that. Everything has an origin. And if you learn the classical, and everybody says it's a whole bunch of scales and chords and arpeggios. Well, guess what? That's what all songs are. Scales, chords, and arpeggios. So if you learn how to play the scale, chords, and arpeggios in the classical music, running up and down the keyboard and everything, you're getting your fingers strong. These are the same elements that makes up pop music, rhythm and blues, and everything. It comes from scales, chords, whatnot. And arpeggios. There's nothing else. So, MIDI Man have offered the people that want to know, I will give keyboard instructions, but it's going to be based on foundational theory. I'm going to teach you the foundation. I'm not going to just teach you, just throw you some chords up there and tell you to grab them. No, you're going to learn theory. So now if you want to grab chords and whatnot, then you go on to YouTube and look at the videos up there that everybody throwing chords at you and whatnot and not explaining anything. Because like I said, believe it or not, some of us can't explain what we play. Really. It's a lot of musicians cannot tell you what they're playing. It's a lot of them can. But it's a lot that don't and won't tell you what they're doing, because most of them, they're selfish and secretive, and they don't want to share with the other musicians, and they thinking that they fear that they will take their job or something. But you know what? No. It's a lot of people out there that needs musicians. I know in the church is suffering for musicians, mainly because they won't treat them right. But nevertheless, that's another video. If they would treat them right, they would keep a musician. But number one. Number two is that a lot of them, they out there throwing chords out, they playing, they ripping, but they don't know what they're doing. So therefore, they can only take the church choir so far. Now, I'm not talking about you got to be Liberace to be a minister of music in the church. No. Like I said, everybody's not a performance major. I wasn't. Even me, I wasn't a performer. I'm not that type of musician myself. But I'm not afraid if you put some music. See, in other words, me as myself, when I first started learning how, I looked at my hands a lot. And that made me suffer for being able to do good sight reading. And I had went to school with some of my classmates and my college buddies. They could read through a piece of music. I had a girl, her name was, oh God, I can't think of it, Renee. Her name was Renee Harbor. Renee was awesome. You put a piece of sheet music on that piano, she didn't even need to see the music, really. She had never seen it before. You just set it in front of her, that girl could play it. She was just that good at sight reading. Well, see, that's another gift all in itself. Nevertheless, you can learn how to sight read because during my tenure, I did learn how to do some basic sight reading. So I'm not afraid of music. I can read the music, no problem of it. Any Beethoven piece, any Mozart piece you put there, I can tell you what note they playing. I can tell you all that. But now me to sit down and just play through it like that, no, MIDI man can't do that. I cannot do that. But now if you give it to me in sheet music form, and you give me a few hours to go through that music, I guarantee I can play because I can read it. I know exactly what it is. Well, you see, there's a lot of musicians that cannot do that. And is that a sin? No. It's not a sin. They can't read and don't know music theory. What I'm saying is, if you want to be a well-rounded musician, the better you are at knowing the theory and the reason why, foundational skills of music, and learn the history also, why they did things, then you will be more equipped to get a song and you will know exactly what you're doing, and then you can apply the things that I teach you, or anybody else for that matter. Whatever they teach you, you will be able to not only apply it to this particular song, you will be able to apply it to any song that you might learn in the future. Now, I said that. Now, if you want to learn keyboard and piano, go to my website. And on the contact page, you'll see where you can contact me, leave me a message, whatnot. And then we will talk, and I will find out exactly if you want to, because I'm going to give you a talk. And I'm going to tell you the ins and outs of it. I cannot wave my hand across your head and make you no piano player. I can't do that. I've been playing over 30 years, but I cannot do that. I can only teach you the foundation, and then the rest is up to you. I can't make you sound like Liberace. I can't make you play like Dino Castellanos. I can't make you play like Ray Charles. That's up to you. I can show you what Ray Charles does and the blues scale that he used and the licks. I can even show you some of the licks that he may have hit. But I cannot make you do it. That's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. So with that being the case, and I hope that this video land on good ears, MIDI Man is willing to give you the instruction you need to learn to play the piano and the keyboards, whether it be in a church setting or otherwise, whatever your heart may desire. But it takes time. People, you're not going to play in 1 week, in 2 weeks. You may not even play in 1 year. Now, me, when I started out, because I was so hungry for it, in the first year, I was able to play Lionel Richie tune. Yes, in the first year, I was able to do it. But because my teachers taught me theory, I was able to apply what she was teaching me ahead of myself. So I was years ahead of myself because I worked hard. Believe me, in those first 3-4 years of my college experience at Andrew, which was a junior college, I stayed in the auditorium. I stayed in the music building. Everybody was asleep. I was playing piano. I was practicing. Those first 2 or 3 years when I started playing from 81 up until I graduated in 84, I stayed in the music building. And I would practice those scales. I ran scales until I just couldn't hardly sleep. But most time I wasn't asleep because I was in the music building. All time of night and day I was in the music building, rehearsing, playing, practicing. This is the same thing you're going to do. This is why I excel so fast in the discipline, because I put the time in. 5 to 6 hours per day I was practicing. I wish I would do that now, but now I got the time now and don't do it. Back then, I don't see how I had the time to do it with my other classes and all that stuff. But see, I was determined to play. And so I put the time in. And in 1 year, within 1 year, I was still in this book. But within 1 year, I was playing Lionel Richie tune. 3 times a lady, steel and stuff like that. I was playing it in 1 year. And here it is 30 years later, see, because of the fact that I got relaxed And I decided I didn't have to do a lot of things. I was no longer in college. I had went to Berry. I went to Berry after Andrew from 84 to 88. Double major business and music. But I got relaxed in my music. Wouldn't practice. Wouldn't do no good studying. Wouldn't do no foundational stuff with the music. So I was just cruising and on. And you see, I'm no further than what I am today because of the attitude I took. 30-some years, you see. But nevertheless, I do know music. But I'm not nearly what I should be or what I could be. It's because of what? I failed to stop doing what I know what needed to be done. Now, I went back and picked up the guitar. I used to love guitar when I was in high school. My great-granddaddy was a guitar player, and then from what everybody told me, I never got a chance to hear him play. But from everybody that knew him, the older people in the area that know me, and they would always say, your granddad, your great-granddaddy, they would say he was considered to be one of the best guitar players on the east side of the Mississippi River. That's right. They say he was one of the best guitar players on the east side of the Mississippi River. Now, I never heard him play, but I know my great-grandmama told me that he played and sang. And all of his kids, my grandmama and all her sisters and brothers, she had 11. And they all sang and played their guitar, just like he did, they say. But I never knew that. But what I'm saying is, I did get the discipline. I know the music. I know the music, and I'm not taking anything away from you on that, and I'm not bragging. I'm just telling the truth. Now, when you want to know anything about music theory, about why this is there, and you ask me what the old chord means, how you make that chord, tell you what, oh, don't worry about that. I can tell you all the theory you want, and then show you what you need to do, but you're going to have to work yourself. The practice you're going to have to do. I cannot make none of you play the keyboard. That's going to be entirely up to you. I can show you the instruction, tell you what to do, show you and tell you how to practice, but I cannot do the work for you. Only thing I can do is sit down and instruct you, but you got to be the disciplined student and do what I say. And let me tell you this, you're not going to do it, and I stress this, people. I hate to let you watch wet paint dry, but I'm telling you this here, it takes time. That's what it is. Now, if you want it bad enough, and I'm saying this to the parent, that if you got a kid and you're going to get into this discipline, it takes time. Don't worry about it. You know what? When I started taking piano lessons, now I'm talking about this was like 30 years ago. When I started taking piano lessons, right there at Andrew College, a 1/2 hour session with my piano teacher that later became my piano instructor when I entered school. A 30-minute, listen at it now, a 30-minute session of a piano lesson, then it costed me $10 per session. 30 minutes. That was 30 years ago now. An hour was $20 per session. Now, you ask yourself, some people don't even want to, well, look, I'm just telling you as a musician of the church, most people don't want to give you anything. They think you just supposed to do stuff for naught. That's not how it works, people. That's not how it works. Anything that's going to mean something to you, it got to cost you something. You remember David said, I will not give the Lord anything that don't cost me something. Because then you treasure it, you value it more. But now, if I paid $10 per half an hour session 30 years ago, imagine what piano instructors charging about now. And I'm not going to even tell you. I'm going to let you do the homework yourself. Look on the internet. Do a search for a piano instructor and see what kind of price you get. I guarantee you're going to be surprised at how much piano instruction costs these days. And like I said, when I started out, it was $10 for a 30-minute session. That was 30 years ago. But beside that, if you want it bad enough, if you want something bad enough, it doesn't matter the price. If you're able to do it, the price shouldn't even matter. I know that's where I am. If it's something that many men want, I don't worry about how much it costs. I get it if I'm able to get it. If I'm able to get it, I get it. If I'm not, I wait on it until I'm able. Point blank. So now, don't let money stop you or your child from getting a discipline, which is much needed in these days and time, because I don't see there are nobody look like got no interest for that matter, not just music. It seems to me like people don't even have no interest for church, period, no more. People don't really have no interest for church. It seems, though. I mean, you don't have no kids that's coming up behind this generation that's going to be able to carry on nothing in the church because the parents won't bring them. They're not into no discipline. You don't see no kids doing Sunday school. You just don't have the kids that doing anything that nobody. They're not taking any piano lesson, no voice lesson. And back in the day when I was coming up, the kids were going to the piano lessons every afternoon after school. They had their voice lesson with whatever. If they had a voice teacher in the area, they were taking voice. They were taking piano lessons. My favorite piano instructor, well, no, she wasn't my piano instructor, but she was my music teacher in school when I was in elementary school. Her name was Miss O.P. Prather, and she was my church musician at Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. Miss Prather taught us music, and she also taught piano lessons at her home. And a lot of the kids in the neighborhood, exception were me, I didn't. But they went to Miss Prather in the early age and they took piano lessons. And not a lot of you know Miss Prather. But now, you don't have nobody interested in nothing like that. I don't know what we're going to do. In other words, it's going to die on the vine. The church is dying because we don't have nobody coming up behind them to take the baton to carry the church on. Because why? Parents won't bring the children to church. They won't come to church. I mean, what you gonna have left? Nothing. So I was just letting you know, this is just Mini Man rant. I guess you say I'm ranting, but yeah, I'm just telling you like it is. If you want those instructions are available. Instructions are available. But if you got a child or yourself and you want to learn and you got a desire to learn, well, just take Mini Man's word that it takes time. You can go to YouTube and get all the instruction and tutorial you want to get, but that is not discipline. That is not grounded, real musical training. Of course, you may learn a few chords and you may learn a couple of songs like that there. But what you gonna do when you got to stand on your own 2 feet? Well, there is no YouTube at. Ain't no YouTube at the church. Well, you got to play a song for a solo that might visit your church, and you sitting up there calling yourself a minister of music now. And there you go sitting up there, and somebody come in from another town or whatever, and he or she want to sing a solo, and you don't even know you don't even know the basic thing to start playing behind him, let alone in front. So you're going to be messed up. If you want training, contact me. That's all I can say. Contact me. The thing on my internet is on my website, walkersmusic.com. That's easy, walkersmusic.com. And if you want me to teach you or your child or teenager or whatever it may be, please listen to this video. Make sure you listen to this entire video before you contact me. And then if you still want to do it, go ahead and then we can get started. But remember, it's going to take work and it's going to take time. You're not going to do this in a year. You're not going to do it in 2 years. You might be able to do all this stuff, but it's going to take time to get any kind of discipline. It takes time. Now, you may not have me as your teacher for an entire 2 years. You may have me for 6 months. You may have me for a year. You might move away, but you're going to have to get somebody to carry you on because you are not going to do this quickly. It's not going to happen that way. But if you're willing to put the time in and stick to it on a week-by-week basis. Now, I know you got some piano teacher, they'll tell you, well, you can do every 2 weeks or every month. No, not with Mini Man. No, I would rather you do it every week because anything you discipline in, you need to do it every week, in my opinion. I had to go to piano lesson every week. I couldn't miss no piano lesson. I had to do it, and you got to practice every day. Yes, every day. People say, well, we could take Sunday off. Well, if you want to take Sunday off, go ahead on. But I don't. I touch this keyboard every day. Every day. If I don't do nothing, play 3, 4 chords, I touch this keyboard every day. It's according to what you want. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video. It's getting too long now. So y'all just run by the website. Check it out. Check this video out. I'm going to put it on my website. And we will go from there. This is Mini Man saying peace. Goodbye.